Welcome back to Talking with Tones. It's me, Tones, your boy Skyview over here, and we are back, but not quite in black, just having another good time today.
So, 6ix9ine's back.
What?
Have you seen?
No. I mean, I wouldn't mind hearing some of his music. I guess I'm afraid it's just gonna sound all. I mean, of course, everyone has their styles.
He posted a
they have
snippet.
that sound, but
He posted a snippet, which is obviously very hard to hear because it's not like direct audio. It's like him either shooting a promo or a music video, but you can hear the song in the background. It's very different.
Is it different? I mean, it still has a style, I assume.
Yeah, it's still the shit,
Yeah.
but
you know, so for me, it's like you can't keep listening to the same thing over and over again. I want to hear some like evolution or some change up here and there. And if it's just gonna be
he
like,
definitely had that for a minute though, and it's like how much more can you evolve? Is my feedback to that, because Gotti was one of his most popular.
Yeah, but like,
and it sounded
the thing
nothing
is,
like
those
Eminem.
are so far and few between. There's just a couple that
Have
exist.
you listened to his last album though?
A little bit.
It's
I got
pretty
bored halfway
diverse.
through,
He's
I'm not
not
gonna
really
lie.
doing. I would say it's an even split. Like a third of his album is him doing the. From what I remember, of course, I'm not regularly listening anymore. But I think even his older albums, like all three albums, are like probably.
Wait, that was the
decent.
Fresh Out of Jail album, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
and it was
yeah, I
definitely
listened to
rushed,
that. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely a rushed album, and you can tell. But for more or less, like a third of the album is him, doing his people call it scream rap. It's not really that, but his 6ix9ine voice. Then a third of the album is him doing much more like singy stuff, and then a third of the album is kind of doing like some rapping stuff. So he's not like this one-sided piece of whatever's. And even if he was, then you have to look at the conversation of like, okay, literally every song 21 Savage puts out is the same fucking song.
I mean, I get it. I get what you're
Juice
saying.
WRLD, same thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, Juice WRLD's gone.
Juice WRLD's gone, and I'm not making fun of him. He's one of probably within the top 5 of my most streamed artists. It's just being a diverse artist is good, and sometimes a curse and a blessing. But being a non-diverse artist is not necessarily this stigma of, oh my God, you're a piece of shit at what you do now. It's like once you find a lane that works for you, you just do it. The mainstream is constantly changing. People staying on the radio. There's a reason why people are called superstars, and I think that's...
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like superstars are the people that are essentially on the radio regardless of what they do and what year it is. Like your Taylor Swifts, your Drakes, and shit like that.
Yeah.
They're just going to exist regardless. But 90% of other artists that are popular, they're going to have their moment, and then they're going to garner their core fan base, and then they're going to what people call fall off, but it's not fall off. It's like they still have their fans. They still exist. It's just that they're not the priority for the label anymore, or they're not like 6ix9ine is not currently like very relevant on the radio. Juice WRLD is not super on the radio anymore. 21 Savage is not super on the radio, but that does not mean that they're not like this hugely successful entity anymore. They are. They just 21 Savage, he's for the streets right now. If he comes out with another hit that just happens to click, he'll be back on the radio for a little bit, right? Like, so the radio is not loyal, for sure. It never really has been. So I don't really establish people's success based on whether or not somebody is like constantly being talked about, because you're only talked about by what's shoved in your face, and what's shoved in your face is paid for by the labels.
So it's going to be an interesting conversation every time this comes up, because you're someone who works in the music business. I'm just a dude with an Instagram. I mean,
Right.
This is going to be very
A lot of people
opinions.
don't realize that, like, literally, like, for like $70,000 for a month on your average local radio station, average being the key, you can have your song in regular rotation on a big radio station, like going to 96.1 Kiss. And
Yeah.
Like, I'm an unsigned artist. Here's like $70,000. Play this shit once, twice, 3, 4 times a day, whatever it is, whatever the deal is.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is. Songs are popular because they are chosen to be popular, like by the labels. You know what I mean? It's not like it's very. I would say 9 out of 10 songs happen that way. Maybe that's a stretch, but the majority of songs happen that way. Which is like the label or whoever the investors happen to be, whether it's self-invested or not, is going to a radio station and saying, this is what I want to be circulated. But like, there are the exceptions to that rule in the social media era, which is that if something goes viral, then that song becomes part of that whether or not they're signed or not, that, eventually a song becomes popular enough that they do make it in the rotation. But the reality is, those viral songs will eventually stay, maybe for like a month, but that dies off. Once it's only the invested songs, the songs that are being chosen to be popular, chosen to be invested in by labels, by executives, by the powers that be. A lot of people don't realize that the music industry is of course bought and paid for a lot more than you'd like to think.
Now the big question here is: does 6ix9ine have rainbow hair again?
He has dreads that are rainbowed out, like braid locks. Yeah,
I'm back in. I'm in on 6ix9ine again. If it's back to the rainbow time, I'm in with it. I want to see unicorns everywhere.
I mean, he in between cycles and stuff, the dye would fade or whatever, and he was wearing like wigs between cycles too.
He was wearing wigs?
Yeah, he was wearing like wigs in between cycles.
What?
It's hilarious.
I didn't know he was wearing wigs.
Anything for clout, dude.
Just tie your hair.
Good old fashioned 6ix9ine. He's back, so we'll see how he does. He is literally blackballed by the industry for sure.
I'm cool with it.
He was already, definitely going against the grain. He was definitely already reasonably
hated is a good word.
Polarized.
I'd say hated.
Hated is a strong word, a good word for the people that don't like him. But it was either you hated him or you loved him. Like it was that.
That's true.
The reality is that now, after, it doesn't matter. Like, when he puts out an album, Spotify is not going to put him on his new releases thing. Like, he's actually blackballed. He'll be on Spotify, Apple Music, and all that stuff, but, he is blackballed by the majority of DSPs and radio and interviews and stuff, to the point where promoting the album is pretty much a no. And finding the album, unless you're already a fan of him, is already going to be or no, because they're not putting him on, new release, radars and stuff like that. Like, he is actually blackballed. So the fact that he is able to even remotely have an influencer career or a music career, whatever it is, without anybody but his own name is the one reason why you can only imagine how successful he would theoretically be if he wasn't blackballed.
So, someone wanted us to talk about Carne Asada nacho fries, right?
Is that how you pronounce it? Specifically, remove the nacho from the name.
I don't know. Carne Asada fries. Here's the thing. I didn't know that existed.
Shout out to Kyber.exe for wanting to talk. For me, that just looks like some elitist Mexican. That is nowhere near comparable to Mexican food. Or I'm sorry, to nacho fries. This is full-blown Mexican food. Of course it's going to knock the shit out of nacho fries. Nacho fries are made of chemical styrofoam and a little bit of potato dipped in nacho cheese. You want to compare that to sour cream, limes, chicken, beef, pork.
Wait, no, is that from Taco Bell?
No.
Oh.
No.
I'm about to say they got Carne Asada fries at Taco Bell?
She was like, nacho fries got nothing on Carne Asada fries. Y'all ain't living yet.
That's not fair.
We never said anywhere in this that nacho fries are exclusively the only Mexican food that I eat.
Listen, we don't even need to have discussion. All we need to hear is the word Carne Asada on fries, and it's a dub. I
don't even know what that translates to. Carne is what? Carne. Is that
carnivores?
Just meat, right?
I don't know. It's some type of meat. I think it's pork.
Means meat, right?
I don't know. It's some kind of pork, I think. I don't know. All I know is it's really good at Chipotle. Shout out Chipotle. Sponsor us, Nakidoba.
I know for a fact that. Are you a Tex-Mex guy or are you a traditional Mexican guy?
Both. I like them both.
Okay. Well, then that's exactly the best way to put it, in my opinion. Chipotle is closer to traditional Mexican food, and Qdoba is closer to Tex-Mex.
I do have to go to Qdoba one day.
I guarantee you, if this wouldn't have been a meme, if this wouldn't have been a conversation, if you would have had Qdoba previous, not to say that you would enjoy it more. It's a conversation of what you prefer. Again, maybe more traditional Mexican or Tex-Mex. But if you're a Tex-Mex guy, you're going to go to Qdoba every time. I'm a Tex-Mex guy.
See, here's the thing. I feel like it hits a point of either A, I'm going to eat it, or B, I'm just not and argue with you about it regardless. And I feel like B is the better option, honestly. I feel like it's just a lot better and more fun for me to argue about it ignorantly. Because then I have no way to be proven wrong.
As a boy, as the homie, you behind the scenes.
Not as a female.
Even as a chick.
Oh, okay. All right.
You gotta go in there and try it. No. Especially, here's the thing. Here is where I would fucking die on a hill, right?
Okay.
Take 5 guys, zesty fries, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
They call them zesties?
I don't know.
What's their word?
I don't know.
Whatever their spicy fries are.
Banging.
Fine.
Whatever they are.
Take those fries from Five Guys.
Yeah.
And take the Diablo queso from Qdoba.
Yeah.
You have what nacho fries are supposed to be.
Now, I got a question for you in general. I've been thinking about this for like a week now, right? You go ham on some barbecue, and I'm talking like actual, like you went to a barbecue place that has like smoked brisket.
Right. Favorite place is Mission Barbecue in Robinson, if you've ever had it.
I have not, but I love Big Rig's barbecue. Now, are you more like a mild or spicy barbecue sauce person?
There is almost, regardless of what subject you're talking about, there is very few circumstances that I would pick anything mild over anything hot.
Fair. See, I like mild barbecue sauce, not because it's like I don't like something that's spicy, only because a lot of them are just really good.
Sure, yeah. Again, as long, just don't call it mild. Like, give me a honey barbecue sauce.
Oh, it's not called mild. It's just the way to describe it. I'm saying.
Yeah. Like I will get fire sauce at Taco Bell every time. I'm not gonna choose mild sauce, right? But like when you're talking about barbecue sauces, yeah, I mean honey barbecue is fire. Sweet and spicy is fire. I'm not going to just exclusively pick the fucking sphincter melters.
Yeah.
Just for the memes.
See, what I always do first is when I go to places and I need like trying to figure out, all right, should I get like their regular wings or their hot wings, something like that? I always go regular wings first, then hot wings, because if something's hot, I'm gonna like it. That's the problem.
I follow a very similar thing on when we're talking about specifically buffalo wings.
Oh,
When we're talking about specifically buffalo wings, they usually have a mild, they have a medium, they have a hot, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll usually pick like a medium or whatever if they have a level above hot, like anal melter or whatever they call it.
It's always
like,
a melter for you.
Yeah, we're melting anuses out here. But
Gotcha.
regardless, I am going to pick probably something medium to see what their standard is.
Yeah, exactly.
But 8 times out of 10, I'm not even going for the buffalo anyway. The other sauces are better most times.
I like buffalo. I don't care if
Buffalo
I just
is
sauce
fire,
butter. I
and
don't
again,
care.
it's a standard.
Yeah.
But like, for example, at fine, we'll go B-dubs.
B-dubs is not that great.
B-dubs is not that great, but it's a standard.
Yeah.
So I would go, like Caribbean jerk or like they have like a sweet and spicy one. I forget what it's called. I'm not like I will always get a buffalo wing at some point.
Yeah.
But the other flavors are almost always there for me. For me, Quaker steak, which is to me,
I
much
love
better
me some
wing.
Quaker steak.
Yeah, Quaker steak wings are way better to me. I go for like hot parm,
Yeah.
which is like sure it's buffalo, but it's like slightly creamed down a little bit, but it's like covered in Parmesan cheese. Super fire.
We used to do this thing at Quaker Steak, actually. A bunch of us would go, and we called it like wing roulette. Basically, when it was like
Just
a
tell
wing
the
night.
waitress to bring you shit.
Exactly. We all sit down, and we're like, okay, what do we want? No one can decide, so we said, screw it, we're done trying to figure it out. Every single time the waitress would come over, she'd be like, what do you want? We'd say, whatever you want to bring. Every time. Even the drinks, dude. She can hand me a ginger ale, a water, or a Diet Coke. I'm happy regardless. But whatever kind of wing. So the thing is, they would participate every time. So, sometimes
As long as they ain't a dry rub. Dry rubs to me are just like you dropped it.
they
in
would bring us a couple
sandpit.
dry rubs. They would. They'd do it. But
I don't understand dry rubs.
I don't know. But no things. I like dry rub wings.
For like
Don't get me wrong.
a rib or something, I'm alright with like seasoning is fire. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
But like when I'm eating wings, I don't want to feel like I dropped it in my my fucking nephew's sandpit or something.
That's
like
fair.
that.
I'll give you that. No, the thing is, every time I have dry rub wings, they're usually like
I don't even
smoked
have a
wings.
nephew,
Just
for the record.
for the record, mine's like one. So I mean, I don't. That's not a good argument for me either. But no, like a nice smoked dry rub wing, man, so good. I understand.
I
You
like
want some
smoked
saucy
wings.
boys, but
Smoke wings are fire. It doesn't have to be like this coated bullshit.
No, I get what you're saying,
You've had
though.
a smoke wing before, right? Like they could be more or less. No, I mean even without the dry rub.
Yeah.
I mean a smoked wing.
yeah, absolutely,
Fire. So
absolutely.
I don't need no sauce or no dry rub. I'm cool. But what I'm
Yep.
saying is the texture of a dry rub just fucking weird to me.
I gotta respect it. I can't tell you you're wrong because there's a lot of people who feel that way. But
I
let's-
wouldn't turn it down. Like if somebody handed me a dry rub wing, I'm gonna savagely destroy that right now.
I'm just gonna complain afterwards.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, well, I wish that was covered in sauce. That's all I would say.
Here's what's gonna happen. You're like one of those people who eats all their food, brings the tray back to the counter, and be like, I didn't like it. I want a refund.
No,
he
I
thought about
definitely
it.
have done like the exception to that rule. I am very nice to food industry people.
Fair.
Like they first of all, why do you have that job? Second of all, thank you for having that job.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not gonna bother any of them motherfuckers. It's please and thank you on everything. The exception to that rule is, dude, if you savagely fuck up my order on like a DoorDash or something to the point where I'm 40 minutes away from the restaurant type shit, it's like, all right, you fucked up this time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And usually with DoorDash and stuff like that, the refund happens because they just don't want to deal with you. So, yeah. And for the people that don't know, I could talk about wings all day. But this is a conversation for the well-being of our lovely food industry people. And I don't even know if it's considered food industry, but let's talk about DoorDash drivers for a second.
I know you're talking about.
Stop rating zeros and ones on these people. Most people don't realize how much that... I used to DoorDash a good bit.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning of me going self-employed. Like leaving... Like I was like, okay, I need a little bit more of a steady income. Dude, when you rate a DoorDash driver like a 0 or 1 out of 10... because your food was cold, which wasn't their fault, or the order was wrong, which wasn't their fault. Like, unless they literally fucking took your order and fucking spiked it on the ground.
Yep.
What the fuck did they do so wrong that gave them a 0 or a 1 out of 10? Give them a 3 or something. Or call them, or call DoorDash directly and let them know what's up. They're going to give you your money back, first of all. And second of all, like... they'll probably let that driver know, there's an issue. But if you give them a 0 or 1 out of 10, what people don't realize is that when you go to a restaurant, if you have a pretty decent experience, your food was good, your drinks were on, exactly what you wanted, you got refills more or less when you wanted, you're not going to review that restaurant. You're going to leave and go about your day.
Yeah.
If you have a really, really terrible fucking experience, you are much more... encouraged and you're going to go out of your way to rate that restaurant a 0 out of 10 because they pissed you off that bad. We are emotional creatures, right? So what I'm saying is when people fuck up, when you have an order when you have a decent DoorDash driver or somebody who's grinding away, whether they got kids or whatever, they're grinding away outside. 90% of the people that they're doing orders for are not even getting reviews for them. So when you give them a 0 out of 10, you are affecting their profile immensely to the point where people don't realize DoorDash don't contact you. When you get like a 0 or a 1 out of 10 on a DoorDash delivery, you just get fired. Outright. They don't call you. There's no review process. You just get fired if you drop below a certain point, which is like 4.2 out of 5, I think. If you
Really?
Yeah. If you have less than like a 4 out of 5 average on your last 100 orders, they just won't fucking let you sign in. You're done.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is when you go to a restaurant, you're 9 times out of 10, if you have a pretty decent experience, you're not going to go on Google Maps and review the place. You're only going to do that when they took a dump on your plate and handed it to you. You're going to react emotionally like, oh my God, fuck this place. I'm going to bury you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it affects people really badly. But on DoorDash, the difference is they don't have a boss. They have algorithm.
It's true.
So when you rate them motherfuckers a 0 or 1 out of 10 because you're looking for a discount or you just happen to be way too cranky that day, just call DoorDash. Just call DoorDash. You'll get your refund. They'll suck your toes, make you feel better. But the driver, you just basically got them fired.
See, here's the thing with it, right? So I 100% have complained a couple times, but I always complain.
I've complained directly to DoorDash.
Yeah, what I do is I always rate the driver like a 4 or 5 or whatever because they're nice to me and shit. But I always just complain there was something missing from my order or there's something cooked wrong in my order. So it's like it was the restaurant's fault, not the driver.
Right.
I always make sure I'm always clear about it.
But I can't think of one thing other than literally dropping your food.
There's nothing like
can you give me reason? Like, because again, it's not me disagreeing with you. I can't think of because I don't think we're disagreeing. I can't think of many things that are the driver's fault.
One time,
traffic, not the driver's fault.
I got one for you. One time, I was tracking the driver to see where it was. Because, like, he knows a little bit of traffic. That motherfucker drove home.
Right.
They were at their house for like an hour and then drove to me, which is like 20 minutes away. And I was like...
And that is an enigma. That is 1 out of every 500 drivers. That is bad luck. But like
Dude,
your average order.
Every time I order from DoorDash, something weird's happened to me. Every time.
Really? Well, for those people, I encourage you to get them fired because it allows.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious because if they're really that shitty, those orders deserve to be given to people who are actually out there grinding and trying. Because DoorDash is actually a pretty and other things, not just DoorDash, but like Grubhub and Uber Eats.
Yeah.
They are actually like I was making decent money when I was doing it.
Yeah. I had
For sure.
See, the thing is, I only DoorDash from one place. It's fucking Chipotle. To bring it back, but kind of, it's like I'm pretty sure you do the delivery on their app and it goes through DoorDash itself. Thing is, it's not like 90% of the time it is not the driver's fault, except for that one situation where the guy decided to go home and I was missing like my tacos.
Even higher than that. Like I can't think of short of a fucking driver going to their house and playing Xbox for a little bit. Like I
this
can't.
Dude went home, got a couple rounds of Warzone, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot his burrito.
Right.
But yeah, dude. So one time I ordered a burrito. I always get the same thing. I would get a burrito, 3 tacos, queso and chips, bang, 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 ready to roll. No, I get that may take a few extra minutes. I get it. Apparently, one time Chipotle was so busy, the driver sat at that Chipotle for me for an hour waiting for my food. I tipped her $50. I was like, absolutely, you're the best. I gave Chipotle the worst review ever, but I gave her like a 5-star review, $40, some $50, some tip, whatever the hell I gave her, and was out the door.
The way that DoorDash, and I assume the other places are the same, is that when the algorithm that allows you to be rated, the algorithm that allows you to get orders based on your rating, completely excludes user issues and restaurant issues. So when you arrive at a restaurant, if the line is fucking crazy long, or if the restaurant is missing something, all those are things that you give into the system to let the system know that whatever is about to go wrong is not your fault. So again, more than 90% of whatever issues that you ever have on an order, there's no way it's the driver's fault.
No, I get you. I agree.
Stop rating these people so bad. Stop it. Unless they're literally going to their houses, playing Xbox. Traffic, not their problem. Cold food, not their problem.
No. You got fast food delivered from 30 minutes away. It's cold by the time it gets in your own car, let alone someone else's.
Right. So unless you literally opened up your container and like your sandwich is fucking obliterated, or like clearly they dropped the food, or somebody dropped the food, or there's a bite taken out of it, or go call DoorDash and see what the issue is. But when you do those automated reviews, either leave it blank or be honest.
You ever see that meme? It's just like, I got these textures from my Grubhub driver, and it just says, I got your chicken tender. They went, it said, I take bite. He took a picture of like half a chicken tender, sent back to them.
What the fuck? That is awesome.
Honestly, at that point, I'm giving you an extra tip because that's fucking hilarious. I wouldn't even be mad at you.
I would be mad.
I don't know. I think I'd laugh too hard about it. Man, I feel like I had the weirdest experience with like getting food delivered. About a month or so ago, I'm getting pizza delivered, right? Because I close on Fridays, so I work till like 8:30 p.m., stuff like that. And I work from home, so I'm like, man, I can't go out. I don't really want to cook right now because it's like 6 o'clock, and I just have 30 minutes. I get pizza delivered. One time I ordered a pizza. After an hour and 20 minutes, I called them like, all right, where's my pizza? They went, oh, we delivered it. I went, no, you did not. They went, oh, we did. I was like, well, I have a porch camera. No, you did not.
Facts.
So they were like, oh, we'll send someone back out, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. Yeah, anyway, so I called Pizza Hut instead. Got a stuffed crust delivered. So I'm walking outside to get the pizza from the Pizza Hut guy. The other place shows up at the same time, and they just have to look at me getting someone else's pizza. And then also, I looked at him and went, I want that one too still.
Oh, facts. Well, why the fuck wouldn't you? You paid for it. Fuck.
Oh, no, I got my money back first off. So that was a free pizza, and I got a calzone from them. So I had a stuffed crust pizza and wings from Pizza Hut, and then another pizza and like a calzone from like this other one. I don't want to name it, but man, I just walked back in the house with like a stack of food. And I was like, I'm about to eat all this right now.
Name it.
Name it?
Name it.
Italian Village Pizza, bro.
Oh, fuck that place.
No, dude, I love Italian Village,
really?
dude. Yeah, dude, I love that thin pizza.
I mean, you can't not like them. You cannot like them, but you can't not respect the grind, dude. They, at least over here, dude, they be dropping off fucking coupons like twice a day.
Oh, all the time. Yeah, all the time. I'd say I love Italian Village, don't get me wrong. But it was like, I'm eating all this pizza.
Facts.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, it's like, it was like 6:30 by the time I got all my food in there. 8 o'clock rolled around, it was all gone. Ate 2 pizzas, dozen wings, and a calzone.
Jesus, man.
I could put down some food, bro.
I could put down some food, too. See, the problem with me is that I work such stupid hours.
Yeah.
And a decent bit of those hours to the point where I'm exhausted. I'm definitely not making myself food.
Yeah.
Like real food. Like I'm not sitting down and making lasagna or something.
Yeah.
Most restaurants are closed by the time I'm done handling what I need to handle.
Yeah.
So like, dude, my meals are fucking stupid. I think I made like chicken rice the other day with a side of like cranberry sauce, and then like I ate a bowl of cereal after that. Like it's just like an amalgam of fuckery. Like
whatever I found in my cabinet is what's going on the plate tonight.
Yep. If I open that cabinet, I'm like, that takes less than 5 minutes to make. That takes less than I'm done.
I'm one of those. Good. Whatever's on my counter is going on my sandwich. So it's like I got a piece of pizza, some lunch meat, and some Doritos. I'm rolling that stuff up in the pizza. I'm one of those guys. Dude, was it last week? I ran out of bread in the middle of making a sandwich. I just grabbed.
Wait, no.
Let me explain the process.
No. This is important. How do you get to making a sandwich without realizing being in the middle of making a sandwich implies that you've used one piece of bread? How do you not realize from that moment that you already don't have the second piece of bread?
So let me explain it to you. I'm like one of those chain eaters, right? So like when you go to eat a bowl of cereal, right? And you go, damn, I want another one. You just pour more cereal in the bowl, right?
I eat cereal by the box.
Exactly. So you understand. So I'm making a sandwich. I made one. I ate it. I'm like, I want another sandwich or 3. I don't know yet. So I'm like, on sandwich number 3, I pulled out one piece of bread, got the fixings on it. I went to reach back in. The other piece was gone. And I was like, there's no more bread.
What about the end pieces? You use them?
Oh, I use the end pieces, bro.
Use the end pieces?
I love end pieces.
I use the end pieces last.
Here's what I did, right? I was like, well, I can just roll this up and have like one of those weird half sandwiches, but I still only had half a sandwich. Doesn't matter if I only had one piece of bread and it's the same amount of meat. At that point, I want another half sandwich. But I had no more bread. So I was like, man, how do I fix this
you can make like
problem?
a sandwich taco out of it. Like
That's what I did. I just, bang, right?
Done.
But speaking of sandwich tacos, so here's my solution. I just went over to the cabinet, bro, and I grabbed a tortilla shell. And I got some, little pepperoni boys, some cheese, a little bit of the buffalo chicken, shredded chicken, rotisserie chicken. You ever had that before? Mm-hmm. Fire. And then I got some flaming hot Cool Ranch Doritos, crushed them up, put it on the tortilla and rolled it up. And I was like, damn, this is banging. And this is
100%. I don't condone it, but I would eat it not because I want to, but because it's one of those situations. Like,
oh, absolutely.
That is what I have in the cabinets.
Yep.
And I'm eating this. It's college food.
Exactly.
I'm surprised you didn't tell me that you put like ramen noodles on it. Like I'm half expecting that you put a ramen uncooked sheet in the middle like a Big Mac bun.
If we want to talk about weird food involving ramen noodles, I got a story for you.
Isn't ramen noodles just pretty standard? Like, how can you get weird with it?
I got a story for you. The year is something, right? I'm in like high school. It's like the middle of summer. Me and my brother at the house all day, right? Because I think he was like just graduated a year or two before. I don't know. We're at the house alone one day. We're really hungry, and we couldn't find regular food except we had all this stuff in the freezer. And we were like, we've had enough bowls of ramen. What do? So...
Just for the record, are you talking bricks of ramen like that come in those square packages, or are you talking cup of noodle?
That's like the only way you get ramen. I don't believe in the cup of noodles.
I do not. I have eaten them, but they don't compare.
They don't compare, not at all. No. So, anyways, we have just a bunch of packs of ramen and a bunch of stuff in the freezer, right? So we got like them frozen TV dinner, like macaroni and cheeses, and like we got like the chicken breasts and stuff like that, and we got
shout out Michelina's.
I got you on that one. Yeah, shout out.
Green package. Sponsored but could be.
You're over here like, please, I want a lifetime supply.
Dude, you imagine getting sponsored by Michelina's or Michelina's, whatever.
You know what? That'd be going to. I would like a nice little sponsor from Michelin, though. Just please pay for my tires. I need new ones.
Fettuccine Alfredo with broccoli. Anyways.
Just let you guys
lasagna
know.
Alfredo is pretty good, too.
Are you done?
No. One thing about Michelina's before we move on.
Yeah.
The little fucking buffalo bites.
Yeah.
Don't eat them.
Okay.
I call them vomit pockets. Move on.
Fair enough. Anyways, so moving on. So we had like chicken nuggets, ramen noodles, the mac and cheese, just like your regular like frozen like freezer food. You know what I'm saying?
Gross. I gotta disinfect. Keep going.
Anyways, so me and my brother boiled all the water. We like cooked all the ramen noodles, put it in the bottom of a casserole pan, got everything else that was frozen in the freezer, cooked it in an oven, put it all in one giant casserole dish together, put like whatever sauce we could find and seasonings from the cabinet, and just baked it all as one giant casserole. It was the most disgusting thing I have ever eaten in my life, and we finished that motherfucker.
Well, you have to. I think that when you make something so bad, you have to dedicate to yourself.
Yeah,
to eat it so that you don't make that mistake
we
again.
covered it in like steak seasoning and like just way too much salt. It was just, you would think that we were like fucked up, but I'm pretty sure I was like 15 and didn't know how to get fucked up yet, so I was probably just stupid.
I was getting fucked up way too young. But the good news is that by the time I was old enough, I just was already over it.
I had one of those lives of everyone has those couple of moments when you're a teenager, but for me I was just, those were my couple moment type of things, right? And when I hit like 18, I went from like just kind of like chilling every once in a while, I have like a beer or something like that, and then I graduated and I went balls to the wall immediately. Like it was just like I went from normal person to binging for months. There was no in between.
I never experienced it.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I never had the care to.
When it hits a point that you wake up in someone else's bathroom surrounded by your own vomit. Yeah, it's...
I am glad.
Cuddling a teddy bear, by the way.
Amazing.
Actually, when I didn't think it was amazing at the point in time, but now I laugh about it. But, yeah, that was pretty much every day, all the time. I just did not know how to stop. It would be like, the only time I would stop was I was so hungover I couldn't walk.
Do you like beer?
Oh, dude, I love beer.
That's another... I think beer is disgusting.
Okay.
Like, literally, I've never tasted a beer that I put it in my mouth and didn't immediately be like, I wish this was fruit punch. Like, there's not a single fucking... And if I am drinking, it's super casually, just for the memes almost. Like, literally, I drink mixed drinks, super girly shit, because at least it tastes good.
Who cares?
And then by the time I start to, okay, that's kind of fucking me up a little bit, done. Like,
really?
Like, sobriety is... It's not like this concept in my head of like if I don't stay sober, I'm gonna have issues. It's like, no, it's like I literally hate sober? Feeling anything but sober. Yeah,
fair enough.
I was always told as a kid, just wait until you're older, your taste buds will change.
Because
it's like this shit tastes like piss still to this day. People, when I was like 15, they said wait till you're 20. Yeah. When I was 20, they said wait till you're 25. I am 31 years old and think beer still tastes like toe cheese.
I mean, hey. I didn't like beer for a while either, but you said girly drinks, like the ones.
Yeah, because that's the industry standard. It's like, dude, if you drink a Sex on the Beach or a pineapple upside down cake, like you are 100% a female, right? Dude, okay. And I think the exception to that rule is what, like a mudslide or whatever, a White Russian. Like that's the one sort of kind of mixed drink. Maybe a Jack and Coke where they don't question you.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I want to end that stigma real quick because let me tell you how many people are depriving themselves of that. I will go
mixed
home.
Drinks and cocktails and all that. Dude, fucking fire. They are dangerous. Like, if you are an alcoholic, I can understand if you're doing mixed drinks.
Yeah.
Beer, alcoholics is like, dude, you are literally just drinking piss because you hate. Like you are drinking this specifically to get drunk. And there's no other reason to drink this, to me, in my head. But when you're drinking mixed drinks, it's like, holy fuck, this tastes like fucking Fruity Pebbles. I'm gonna drink 6 of these.
See, here's the thing, right? So with beer, I mean, when you like beer, you don't always just, those people who just like live off of like Keystone Ice and stuff like that. I mean,
it's not just beer though. Like black licorice, it's not just like this alcoholic thing to me. Although I think that there's a significant portion of people who drink beer because it's a cheap way to get inebriated.
The thing is, I will crack a beer in the middle of dinner only because it's like, damn, do I love the taste of beer.
The closest that I can get to understanding that's also relatively bitter is like wine, although a lot of them are sweet.
I will go home right now and buy an entire like one of those like gallons
sangria
of like
things.
Oh no, dude, I will get like
the box.
Pink Moscato, dude. I will go ham on a bottle of Pink Moscato. Oh, that shit's so good.
But that still has a bitter element to it, and it's like nowhere near a mixed drink. Like that still is like borderline. Like to me, wine is what beer should be.
Fair.
My go-to, again, probably Girly, because I don't really care, but I was exposed to like probably the cheaper stuff because again, I'm like a 15-year-old at the time. Is like Coconut, Parrot Bay, and Pepsi.
Man, that is
That's like from the gutter. That's like 7-Eleven. That's 7-Eleven special.
That's a 7-Eleven special. You should trademark that one. That's a good one.
I will never understand going out of your way to drink. Like, I just don't understand any form of substance abuse, as long as it is substance abuse. Casual pot smoking, casual, beers or wines at the end of the night, especially if it's for health reasons, because a lot of people drink wine for, like, some sort of, like, antioxidants or whatever the fuck that even is, right? But it's like, does nothing for me.
I'm very much a clocked off of work, sat down, put on the hockey game, like, I need a cold one right now. I am basically a 40-year-old dad. I just want to be left alone and have a beer for a few minutes. And it is sometimes it is about just turning your brain off and then just like relaxing. And it, whether it even be like a mental health issue or just like a stress or just like I just had this long day or something like that. Let me just have like a few minutes just to myself.
I think that the conversation for me becomes making sure that that's not a wormhole, right?
Yeah.
Because if you need any substance,
yeah,
whether it's alcoholic or drugs or literally a turkey sandwich, whatever it is, that if you need a substance in order to do B, like for example in the office when Jim restarts his computer and like there's that ding sound and he gives him a mint or whatever the point where he's doing it so much that like now every time, like you don't want to, for example, people that rely on like melatonin to go to bed, right?
Yeah,
like if you need A to do B, that becomes dangerous. It can become dangerous is a better way to say it, right? So if you need beer to calm down, if you need weed to calm down, if you need whatever that substance is to calm down, again, even if it's food, like you can abuse the fuck out of food. Like there are people that eat themselves to more or less death, right? Yeah. Like you can absolutely abuse any substance, and I think that that's when you need to be careful because...
The thing is, it's not always just like a slippery slope to just substance abuse, though, because
you'll need more and more eventually.
Of course, yeah. It's also about moderation, and it's like making sure you don't have like one or so many beers every single day. Sometimes it's just like, I had a long day, let me just have one. And it's not even about just because you're having a beer. It's just about having that moment to yourself sometimes. You guys unwind, decompress, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
It's not really about what it is you're doing. It's about why you're doing it. Because it's like, it doesn't really matter what your medium is. It's just that you need to do something.
As long as your medium isn't something that you can abuse, yeah. Like, consistently, no. If you're just, just finished work, beer. You're eating a sandwich and you're done with it now, beer. Your stream just ended, beer.
Listen.
Just got home from the podcast, beer.
As someone who... Don't call me after what's about to happen. But, I would say, as someone who also lived through getting locked down in COVID, there are some habits that are hard to kill sometimes because, you had nothing else to do because after the first couple of weeks...
I think that it really... Quarantine showed people who they were.
Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of people actually develop, like, drinking habits. I wouldn't say problems. Habits is a better one because it's like so many people just got so bored because it's like after it was the first week I was like, I'm gonna go grocery shopping, I'm gonna get this cleaned up, I can do this stuff now. And it's like got me caught up on all the stuff I've been putting off, and then after like a month of it you're like, all right, I'm fucking bored, I'm just gonna get drunk on a Tuesday at 9 a.m. and eventually it's like a Wednesday and then Thursday, and then I think I sent a Snapchat to my own dad of me just like dropping a shot in my Miller Lite on Easter morning. It's just like
amazing.
It was like 8 a.m. and I was like, happy Easter. Plop. I love it, man.
We almost talked about COVID and how pathetic we all are now, but we didn't.
COVID gave me alcoholism. Thanks, Biden.
Let's now that we're at the near end of our cast here. Yeah. Let's talk about EJ, the musician, has asked.
Okay.
What the world is gonna do when food shortage comes?
I'll start off on this one.
Is that really coming?
I'll start off on this one. I don't think a food shortage is gonna come, but I think there's obviously gonna be like smaller amounts. You know what I mean? Because
does shortage imply you're fucked, or does shortage imply?
Here's the thing, right?
Like a gas shortage, I don't think implies like you're fucked. I think it just means okay, you might have to go to a few stores to find some bread.
Yeah, so it's one of those things of it can mean either or because there's no like clarification exactly as to how short. But like we've already kind of been going through that already over like the last how many months. We're like already in the middle of a food shortage, and if it gets worse,
are we? For what?
I mean, dude,
I don't really believe it, dude. I order like burritos. And
if you go to like a Walmart right now, like half the shelves are empty sometimes.
I mean, I've gone shopping a little bit. I've not noticed anything.
Yeah, I think there is just not as an abundant amount of food. But the thing is, at the same time, is it's also like, Yeah, food shortage. Just don't buy a month's worth of fucking food every 2 weeks like everyone does.
When I shop, I buy stuff for like the week.
Exactly. I buy for 1, maybe 2 weeks. Most of it's like, oh, I should also have bagels or something. Oh, I should also have yogurt in the house. Like, it's like, but those people who like spend like $400 worth of groceries, I get it if you have big families and things like that and you eat a lot. Makes
Not
complete
really.
sense.
I still don't get it. Like, unless you are literally that busy where you can't afford an hour on the weekend at some point. Like, I don't even know like right now, I don't know what I want to eat when you leave. Why would I buy food for the next month?
That's not fair because like there are people who just like to plan out dinners and stuff. A lot of families do it. Like I've met a lot of people. Who
I guess I'm looking at it from my point of view, but like that's excessive.
No, I mean,
fucking month.
Well, the thing is, like I said, there are people who have bigger families and things like that. Like, so you need to buy more food because you cook at home every night. You don't have to go out to eat as often. You don't just eat a sandwich or something for dinner like the rest of us who are broke. Sometimes we just be looking at the fridge for dinner. What do I have for dinner tonight? The satisfaction of knowing I could have it tomorrow. But no, I mean, I get it. But like those people who just hoard food and it's like, I only buy in bulk, and you have like 2 deep freezers full of food. Stop.
Yeah,
and it'll be good. Yeah, good comparison.
But what was his actual question? What is the world gonna do when
everyone's gonna freak out?
We're gonna be fucked. I mean, it's really a simple answer, right?
Do you remember the toilet paper situation?
Yeah,
just that all over again, but with Cheerios. I mean, that's it. The thing is, we could avoid that by just not being idiots and shopping like fucking assholes. I need 6 packs of toilet paper, 7 gallons of milk, 6 cartons of eggs.
Like, how far away from the store do you live?
Dude, like 5 minutes. I could walk.
I mean, anybody.
Yeah, basically, there's a grocery store within 10 minutes of you everywhere you live nowadays.
Question from China J.
Oh.
She says, I'd like to know why in the entire fuck only struggle music sells. Like, if you're not depressed or selling drugs, nobody wants to listen, I
Because
guess.
we're all fucking depressed, too. That's my answer.
That is a good answer.
I'm sorry.
Actually, but this is assuming that there's a lot of happy music out there.
I don't listen to happy music. I only listen to
I don't
music.
go out of my way to listen to happy music for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's just not fair. I actually sometimes I literally just listen to Happy by Pharrell. So like that and Here Comes the Sun are on like a playlist for me.
the fucking people are just depressed sacks of shit.
And the only thing like that, like sometimes like that depressed type of like music, it's just kind of hypnotic. Like the beats are amazing. Like how like they sing the melodies and stuff like that. It's just the way it flows is just way too good.
Right. And somebody who not to get too much musically here, but I enjoy minor music more than I enjoy major music.
I agree.
And
I know exactly what you mean.
Minor music is going to naturally be sad or angry or something like that. So
I am one who will just straight up say, like, I get down to, like, Ariana Grande.
Dude, I have no shame.
Oh, me neither.
I will listen to Justin Bieber and go straight into fucking grindcore or something.
I'm not a fan of Justin Bieber. Nothing against him, I just don't like him.
Justin Timberlake?
Dude, I will listen to Justin Timberlake every day of my life if I had to. If they were like, you have one person you can listen to, I wouldn't even let you finish the question, but like, Justin Timberlake, move on. Like, oh, man.
Oh, I love Justin Timberlake.
He's like a triple threat, right? He can act, he can sing, he can
beatbox.
Can he beatbox?
Yeah, sort of.
I'd say he acts, sings, and dances. He's got all of entertainment covered. He's perfect. There is not a single thing wrong with that man. If you tell me there's something wrong, I'm telling you you're wrong. Is that all the questions for the day?
That's all the questions that are worth a damn to me.
Fair enough. If you guys got more questions, throw them out there. We're going to keep on answering them unadulterated with absolutely no research, and it makes it so much better. All right. As always, my name is Yo It's Tones. This is Zkivu, Zkivu. You are listening and finishing up with Talkin with Tones, coming at you every single Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like always, any more questions, concerns, or even if you just thought it was funny or thought it was awful, feel free to leave a comment.
Facts, man. Appreciate all of you. If you are on YouTube and you watch this video all the way through, leave what do we want to leave in the comments? What kind of emoji we want to leave in the comments?
Oh, an eggplant.
An eggplant. Leave an eggplant in the comments if you were so kind as to watch this whole thing all the way through on YouTube. Otherwise, to the people who are just watching the clip shows on Instagram, TikTok, thank you. Fuck you.
Whoa. Nah, for real.
Go like and subscribe on YouTube and all that good shit. Turn the bell on, and we'll catch you guys next time. Episode 3 next Wednesday.
Peace out.
See you guys. Beautiful.
Come.
You know what?
Ham, you were so good.
Just chilling, dude.
You did so good. Just staring me the fuck down.